Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live in the building. Attitude Era podcast. You know what it is. Big Bronson Reed, stitched up. Look like he got the butterfly joints on the eye. What a night to be live. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big Bronson Reed. I got both phones. We got two phones. We going. We know what we're doing. Bronson Reed. But there's no DQ. So he Seth said it was going to be in the near future, the far distant future. He'll get back with him. Not according to Bronson Reed, and now you done inserted this man in the match. I mean, he's not really in the match, right? Because he can't win, but he can dominate. Dom gonna get a win. Dom gonna get a win, y'all. That's what I'm pulling. I mean, I ain't pulling for him, pulling. You know what I'm saying? But like, let me get my chair up. You know what I mean? What up? What up? What up? What up? Christina, we see you in the chat. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Um, Big Bronson Reed busting ass, tsunami right off the gate. Look at Dom. Look at Dom hiding, running around the ring. He's beating down on Sheamus. He's beating down on Damian Priest. Bronson Reed is dominant, dominant, looking like the looking like what a big man's supposed to look like. And now he about to get Seth Rollins and Dom. Just know Dom has been. You know what I'm saying? Dom been skating. Oh, he about to break Seth on the announce tape. Oh, and there goes Seth Ribs. And there goes Seth Ribs. Bronson Reed, we going to Survivor Series with this one. This gonna be one of them ones. He said distant future. You're right. He did a promo. I'll see him in the distant future. Gave him all his props. My man came out and wrecked shop and look at Dirty Dom. Look at Dirty Dom. The Dom splash on Sheamus. He should have just let Dom skate. They should have let Dom skate with that. Damian Priest broke it up. It's all good. It's all good. I don't know where you at, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I know where I'm at. I, I got two phones. I feel like I'm sitting ringside, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm sitting in Riyadh right now. Whoa. Ooh, 619 on Damian Priest. Let's go. Yo, we doing this. We want Dom. Sammy. Ooh, oh, South. Ooh, nice catch with Damian Priest. Damian Priest gonna get his rematch versus Gunther. Not mad at it. How y'all feel about that main event, y'all? And what are we talking about? Don't put this on Raw. Let this walk to Survivor Series. Damian Priest versus Gunther. It keeps Damian Priest in that main event type of picture. He lost the title. He really didn't. He jumped into Rhea's beef and kind of just dissipated from that. If you just put this on Raw and leave Damian Priest off of Survivor Series, it becomes the out of sight, out of mind, right? This is what happens with Shinsuke Nakamura. You leave him off too many things. Next thing you know, dang, it's been about 5, 6 months we ain't seen it. Next thing you know, contracts don't get renewed. We ain't got nothing for you. Let's not do that with Damian Priest. There's plenty for him. We know that. Obviously, he just got the win. Oh, Dom, pinning Dom. I mean, how fitting, right? I kind of was rooting for Dom though. I just wanted to see something different. Like obviously, I expect Gunther to run through. Ooh, here we go. The face off. Gunther versus Damian Priest too. Trying to get that glare off the TV for y'all. We can't put too much. You know how WWE. What up, Marley? We see you in the chat. Miss Awesome Saucy. We see you too. Sammy. Ooh, so I can't be super loud. You know what I'm saying? The girls got school in the morning. We got it. You know what I'm saying? But there it is. There it is. So um, what do I have to say about that? Uh, I was pulling for Dom. You know what I'm saying? The dirty Dom. I was doing that. That was where my allegiance was, just because I thought that would have been different. I thought Gunther showed some signs of, I don't know, his interview with Imperium, where he got interviewed right before the The Fatal 4-Way was kind of like, he gave Cody a lot of, well, he didn't give him a lot of props, but Ludwig Kaiser was like, doing the heel thing, and Gunther really kind of wasn't having that. He wasn't trying to hear that Cody was undeserving or that Cody got lucky that night. And man, Gunther was like, man, like he was the better man that night. Like, truth be told, he beat me with the Bret Hart roll up. People want to say that's how he beat Roddy Piper. I'm gonna say that's how he beat Stone Cold. Like, that's Bret Hart didn't have a finishing maneuver outside of the sharpshooter, y'all. So typically, if he didn't make you submit, he rolled you up. If you don't remember how he caught Diesel, he went all limp, pause. You know what I'm saying? Off the chair shots, boom, rolled him up. So, good little match with him and Cody. But I feel like they're showing that his character is highly affected by that because Gunther is a real wrestler. I want to be the best wrestler. I don't care about how many tickets you sell. I don't care how many T-shirts you put on kids. I am the best wrestler. And when he lost, I feel like you may see the splitting of Imperium, which could be good or bad. I don't know. It depends on what they do with Ludwig Kaiser, really, because Gunther is a made man. But I don't I don't know if that means he'll drop the title. I feel like it could, right? Because if Gunther needs to go find himself, where he's like, just I didn't got it. Like he told Ludwig Kaiser, we have to be better. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't take the low road like, oh, he didn't blame nobody. He didn't do none of that. So what up, Vinny in the chat? We see you, Bug. Vinny in the chat. That's a member, you know what I'm saying? That is a member in the chat. So we always gonna give shout outs to the members, you know what I'm saying? Vinny, Andrade in the chat. Gunther about to get Ludwig out of here. Yeah, I feel like that might be coming. It might be time to part. It's not too often world champions take their previous persons with them and then maintain them. And then if they lose the title and pick it back up, they still have that same group. It's evolution. It always happens. It has to happen. Um, and stable makes sometimes make good contenders. If Ludwig Kaiser gets pissed off and he's, you know what I'm saying, um, that's what it is, Yo, you typed SS and I was like, SummerSlam. Yeah, that was for SummerSlam. Damian Priest, and then I forgot about Survivor Series, like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, SS. Are these match? They haven't confirmed yet. What up, Vern Vito? We see you in the chat over on Instagram, all of our Instagram peoples. Those are our cousins over there, you know what I'm saying? That's the way it rolls because I don't know how the stream works where it only looks at Twitter and YouTube, but Instagram is on their own. So that's why I got the phones up. Sometimes you'll see me type in. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep it moving. But Vern, what up? We see you in the chat. You know, um, I see a lot of things popping in on the chat. I don't like how Liv was trying to cause the friction between. Let's get into it. Let's go back. Let's back up. Raw starts with a crown jewel recap, of course, right? Now remember, this is a pre-taped episode. I ain't mad at it. Are you mad at it? I thought Raw was pretty good tonight. I didn't think it was. I I didn't think it didn't do anything underwhelming, right? It didn't do anything underwhelming. I didn't feel like we knew we were gonna look at new number one contenders. The women's side of the house, we're gonna get a battle royal, and if you remember what I said on the Crown Jewel PLE recap, I said they need to do something like a battle royal, but they need to hurry up and do it so they don't get too close to the Royal Rumble because you don't want to be doing all these type of over the top rope things together. Just makes no sense because the Royal Rumble you get a world title shot at WrestleMania. So anyway, they did it. They shot it off right off as soon as the event was over, basically. And we have a new number one contender. Now, how it started off, right? Rhea, I'm tripping. Liv opens the show, and she's basically about to say what she's got to say, and then we get the broadcast interruption. You know what I mean? We get the broadcast interruption. And the broadcast interruption is Jade and Bianca. And they like you. We ladies and gentlemen, the greatest heel and wrestling podcast today, the Archie Card.
I just be chilling, man.
We just getting into it, you know what I'm saying, with Jade and Bianca coming out to interrupt Liv, right? I think this is great. The first time we finally hear somebody trying to put the knife, trying to create the divide. We're gonna create the divide. We ain't gonna let this just wait until a match or something. No, I'm gonna put this in here. Jade, she gonna stab you in the back, blah, 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 blah. Everybody knows it, blah, 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 blah. Adam Pearce puts it out there. Hey, Royal Rumble tonight, not Battle Royal tonight. And these two gonna be in it. The seeds have been sown. We even get the promo. Bianca and Jade are the only two left. Obviously they weren't. They didn't do a good elimination job. But we get the face off. WWE likes to do this. Let me give you a stare down. Let me see how the crowd reacts to it. And then we'll go from there. How you react to it. You feel good with it? You don't like that? You think it's premature? How we feeling about Jade versus Bianca at some point in time?
I I don't know how good of a match it would be, to be honest.
Wait, what do you mean?
We've not seen enough of Jade in the ring.
What do you mean? Like they
I don't
she's
know
been in the ring now
how
since
much she's
Royal Rumble.
improved from her AEW days. Jade Cargill has yet to have a real one-on-one match in the WWE.
She's had a couple for the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. Let me correct myself. You know how that goes. Um,
We talking Bianca Belair. We talking 20, 25 minutes. Bianca can go.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, right?
Unless it's
WWE
a
never.
squash. Unless Jade squashes her. I don't know how well of a match. I mean, one-on-one, no tag team, no getting disqualified like she did with Nia. A straight up 15-minute, 20-minute match.
So I'm gonna do history. I don't feel Vinny. I don't feel Archer on this one, and I'm gonna go through a lot of history on this. When WWE has somebody that is not strong in the ring, they book them with good storylines. When they've done this for decades. If you could sit here and tell me to my face, as fan friendly as the Ultimate Warrior was, that he was a good wrestler, I'm gonna ask what drugs you're on, right? We knew he wasn't, but they booked him with feuds with people who could go, and he gave us those 25-minute matches. But it was the other person carrying that weight, ravishing Rick Rude. You know what I'm saying? He had Ravishing Rick Rude, one of his more bigger ones. The Macho Man Randy Savage when he's Macho King. Like they're going to book you. They're still gonna book you with someone who can carry you. And I think that it can easily happen with
That
Bianca
can't
and
work
Jay.
today. The difference between the Ultimate Warrior that was 20, 30 years ago and it wasn't social media. All that would affect, you know what I'm saying, the outcome of things because WWE don't want no bad press. They don't want no bad matches. Nothing that looks bad they want. So, I don't see it. I just want to see her give us a good 15, 20-minute solid match. I want to see how far she's come from her AEW days where all she did was squash people.
No, man. I'm still disagreeing because we had Goldberg. Like, does people are we just gonna forget all these wrestlers that just couldn't wrestle a lick and got over
I'm
in the
not
company?
comparing her to nobody. I'm just talking about I want to see the work.
No, but I what I'm saying is you're like
But
WrestleMania
when
match. I'm going
Goldberg
through
was
the
hot,
chats.
nobody was saying he was bad. People love Goldberg. It's 40, 50-year-old men walking around here with Goldberg tattoos that they probably regret now. But back then, when it was hot, it was hot.
Goldberg, but here's my point. You booked him with Kevin. You booked him with Bray Wyatt. He's been in there with Kevin Owens. Goldberg has been in wrestling for damn near 30 years. 30 years. And you can't name one good match Goldberg has had. And he's been at WrestleMania. So it's like that's a stigma that we
You
like
putting an
I can't see a
argument to
really
this
good.
conversation that don't need to be had. I just want to see how far she's improved from AEW. If she
No,
has
the
improved.
question is this, right? How are we looking for seeing a match with her and Jade? I can look in the chat, people saying they want to see it for WrestleMania. People saying that that's the match. You have a contrary opinion, so I'm like, okay, well, why? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see it, like, because they're gonna book it with a hell of a
No, I
storyline.
don't want to see it. If I don't know how far she's come, I don't want to see it because it's going to be bad. So y'all want
And
to
we
see
went from the
something just
Usos.
because it looks. How many things have we seen that look good on paper in wrestling?
I mean, but that's how they have to book it.
They don't have to
You know what
book
I'm
it
saying?
that.
Like,
They can book whatever they want to book.
Nah. I mean, like we've seen this. They take guys in. They literally brought people in all the time who maybe cannot wrestle. They're just a draw, and they put them in these positions, but they put them in there with the right people. And if they, again, that's always their opinion. So you know what I'm saying, but they're building it. That's why they did the stare off. Why do it? You know what I mean? Like they do it with Roman and Jacob. They always do these teases. Gunther and Brock. Let's see how the crowd reacts to it. Let's see if there's still interest, and then we'll go from there.
Hey, I don't want to see it. First of all, we got to stop putting all the people together just because they black. So they got to stop doing that. First of all, it looks good, but if it's not going to be a good match, Jimmy and Jay Uso, perfect example. Everybody thought that was going to cook.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't.
That's true. That's
Didn't.
true.
And we know Jimmy can wrestle. We know Jay can wrestle. Bianca Belair, her first WrestleMania match was with Sasha Banks. Sasha had to slap her to get her back focused of what was going on. That's a big stage we talking about. We talking about WrestleMania, which is probably gonna be the biggest crowd that they've ever seen. 2 nights in Vegas. That's
Two nights in
asking
Vegas.
a lot. That's first of all, that's asking a lot of Jade Cargill. Now maybe they aren't asking a lot because she has improved tremendously. I just don't get the Jade love now because people hated her in AEW.
Well, they put her next to someone that people love. I mean, sometimes standing next to a star will just ascend you. I mean, that's it. Like, you know what I mean? And we see this in wrestling sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's like you put you next to a star and it hurts. It's like, oh shit, you're not good. You shouldn't have done
And I don't mind seeing it if the work is being put in and it's going to be a good match. And I told you all the time, to me it matters how we get there. Like it's like riding a plane. I'm not gonna say, oh, I want to get there the plane ride. I want a nice, smooth, good plane ride. I don't want turbulence. I don't want to have to land nowhere we're not supposed to land. I want a good ride. And it seems like in WWE sometimes they speed it up. For some stories you can speed up. That's okay, but not all. I just want to see a solid 10 to 15-minute match. Then I could say, okay, yeah, I would like to see them two cook. Of course, you
that.
want to look at them.
She gonna give you 10 to
They
15.
look. You walk by a TV screen, you're not going to turn your head away from the TV. They look great, but
Right.
got to ring that bell. So
I think she gives you 10 to 15 minutes. I think asking for more than that wouldn't be wise. It wouldn't be wise. But 10 to 15 minutes, Bianca's gonna sell. Bianca's gonna do the bulk of the selling. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it's gonna be. And then because that's too much money to pass up. It's just too much money to
you
pass
think
up.
it's a money match?
Yeah, for the females, yes. They're like some of the leading. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you don't want to see all the black people together because they does seem like
Oh,
that
that's what they're
black
doing.
guy. What
They're,
put him
they're
with them?
definitely doing that.
Put him with him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, put him with him. It's almost February. Put him with him. You know what I mean? But for women's wrestling and women's I mean, I'm be honest here. For black women, these two specifically, Bianca is
We've
pushing
never
the
seen
envelope.
it before. We've never had it before. They
Right?
look good. Their in
Yeah,
ring
we
work,
haven't.
their in
They
ring work
even haven't.
together looks good. I mean, they're great examples for up and coming superstars. They're hip,
They
they're
even have a.
trendy. It's just at
Yeah.
some point they're gonna have to have a match, and it needs to be a good match because if it's not, all that other stuff don't matter.
Yeah, I think they'll hide it behind it's gonna be short. It's gonna be Bianca doing most of the selling, and then they'll get to their finish however they get to it.
We've
Obviously
seen
it's gonna be
Becky
strength.
Lynch squash Bianca Belair. Could it be Jade Cargill squashes Bianca Belair?
No. Ah, no. I don't think it's squat. Maybe dominate, but not
Becky
squash.
squashed her.
I know that was wild. That was wild. That was wild. But I don't think she'll
They
squash her. I
gave
think
us some footage that if they when they do have this match, they can go back to it and build this hype and great highlight reel. That's what they was doing tonight. Is Bronny checking in the game with LeBron? We know this might not really mean much, but that picture, we could put that everywhere. And
yeah.
I have nothing against Bianca Belair. I have nothing against Jade Cargill. I just want to see a good match, not hidden behind anything because they have been doing a very good job of protecting her as a singles. That's why you put her in the tag. And hopefully they're working and grinding and getting it and they're working on a match. Because I would love to see it. But again, Jimmy and Jay Uso is going to be my point of reference to a lot of things when it comes to things that we just expected to be great, but just really didn't work. But hey, I'm it's definitely a moneymaker. It'll draw a certain set of
Mhm.
eyes that it hasn't drawn before, and that's what you want. You want to put matches together that draw the extra eyes from the influencers, from the you know what I'm saying, the little black girls that want to be wrestlers, from women who have no idea what's going on, but they just see two black women doing a thing. So yeah, it's definitely a draw. So
Adam Khan, 10 to 12 minutes, 15 minutes is way too long. Yeah, that I yep. Archie said that. Yeah, 12 minutes. Tap is 13. Like,
hey, with them two, uh, 8 of those minutes gonna be their entrance.
yeah, I mean, but that's how they got to do. The Undertaker has done that a lot of his career too. He even talked about that. If he knew, like, this one ain't gonna be what
That's it.
long entrance,
Long.
long entrance, and so
Randy
like I
did
said,
that the
there's.
other night. Randy Orton took a long time to get into that ring the other night.
I think they were doing it not because of their match, but because of whatever the time was for matches. Maybe they were ahead or behind, and they're like, "Hey, slow
Hey, you
walk
know
it,
what I
bro."
think they're doing with Randy? I think they're telling us Randy's not going to be around without telling us Randy's not going to be around because we've seen a lot of Randy Orton in international matches, and he's really slowing down. He's taking it all in. He's listening to the crowd. He's reacting to the crowd. It kind of feels like, how they had the Kobe farewell tour where he was going around, and that's what it kind
Yeah,
of feels like with Randy Orton to me.
and I hope to God it's not because one, John Cena already said this is last year, and when you think about two guys going out at the same time, their kind of start point is I see uh, around the same time. You know what I'm saying? And they're rivals. So if you don't tell us you're leaving after John Cena did tell us, oh, people would be pissed.
It's just I just kind of
People
feel
would be
that
pissed.
way because Randy's not. It's like maybe the next international tour he won't be on it. It's like he's really soaking
I
all
mean,
of it in.
he
So
came back.
and he deserves
He
it though.
came
He deserves to soak it in and he deserves a farewell tour. But I don't think Randy's gonna be the type to announce it and then not show up because we ain't seen Cena yet.
at all. My thing is for Randy, he said he got 10 more years back around Survivor Series when he came back. I don't think that's the case. I think he just felt great. But one thing I hate with WWE, this motherfucker can't get no wins.
They
Randy
shitting
Orton's
on
losing
Randy Orton.
every
They
big
shitting
match.
on Rey Mysterio. They shitting on Shinsuke. AJ hurt himself. He got shit on. He got beat by Cody. It's like the guys that are on their way out. I don't believe in putting people over on your way out because you want to go out on your shield like a warrior. That was my
I believe it's a little bit of both. Shawn Michaels Shawn Michaels was putting people over and getting good quality wins, right? He loses to John Cena at WrestleMania. But like the week before on Raw, he beats him in a 53-minute match that was shit, it was better than a WrestleMania match. You know what I'm saying? He was winning big ones, puts Ric Flair out the game, but then he loses. Then he does, you know what I'm saying? Like he had draws with Triple H for the world title and shit. Randy's just straight losing, losing, losing. Rey Mysterio is losing, losing, losing. It's like,
and
God.
it's doing nothing for the people that they're losing to. Perfect example. Bronson Reed showed up tonight. He just lost to Seth Rollins and still showed up. So even in him losing,
And
it
looking like a
putting him
monster.
it's putting him over. Whoever
And
is
looking
the
like
producer of Bronson Reed's and Seth Rollins match and feud, they're doing a great job. They're
absolutely.
doing it the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
And
You know what's funny? A lot of sentiment was that Bronson Reed should have won that match. When we did that
a
results, the
lot of people
recap,
said that.
people, but it's like, nah, look, they did it right because look, Bronson didn't lose any steam, and he just showed you how he just came in and dominated half the match. Three
I had to
people out of
mute
the
my
four
mic
fatal
because
four way.
apparently people don't like me drinking water. But but you
Who
can't
has ever
hydrate.
said anything about me drinking water? I think it's the other stuff. Archie, you're just a heel, bro.
I'm just me,
You're a
baby.
heel.
I press a few
Yeah.
buttons, and that's okay. Buttons are meant to be pressed. But yeah, Bronson Reed. I don't know who the producer is of his and Seth matches, but from the start, it's been great. It's been good, and it feels like that Drew McIntyre CM Punk energy shifted to this. And you always
Yeah.
need a good feud that it could explode at any time. And what I
Yeah.
like about Bronson Reed, they don't let him do a lot of talking in the ring. They give him backstage segments. So that means when you see him, it's action. I like that.
Yeah, I think they're doing good. Adam Khan, yeah, Reed is damn good. And just think Reed a couple years ago was like, who? Out of shape guy, just no. Now
Nah,
it's
in
Bronson Reed,
NXT he
that
was
dude.
cooking. Then he got released and he went over
But
to New
yeah,
Japan. And he started wrestling as Jonah. Then Triple H, when Vince things happened with Vince, they brought him right back in. And he's one of the people that I believe they don't always look the part, but they play the part very well. And yeah, Bronson Reed is cooking. Him and Seth Rollins was one of the kind of must see TV right now because now you never know what's going to happen. And that
I
tsunami
mean,
is sweet. That tsunami is it's like
it's so effortless.
it's poetry in motion, man. The only other big man I seen move like that was Keith Lee.
Nah, I'm not gonna say that. Keith Lee was good, but I'm starting to compare him to that dude he put on his T-shirt that time of Vader. I get a Vader vibe. Like he is just dominant. He's not as athletic as Vader, but he's physical. At all the parking
I
lots,
think
I just feel like taking a beach.
he might be right. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go watch some Vader matches because Vader was moving.
Vader was a big. Hey, Vader had that moonsault though off the top.
Vader
That's the
moved.
difference maker.
Yokozuna moved before he gained that weight towards the end.
Yokozuna was smooth. Yokozuna was smooth. Bronson Reed is in a good position right now, because he's been working with Seth Rollins. Seth is going to make you look good, and if it's like that thing Loaded Luck says, you're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two, right? So it's like, hey, this is how stars conduct themselves. For what you're doing, how he's doing, like I said, not too much in ring talking. Come talk to me backstage.
He
Let's
don't
move some
talk.
furniture.
I like that for him because backstage is not going to be a long segment. It's not going to be a lot of talking. It's going to be somebody you talking with, kind of an interview style. And I think I don't know how well he can speak on a mic if he was to cut a promo, but if they're trying to hide that, that's a great way to hide it. Backstage only.
Yeah,
We
I
talk
think.
about
Hey,
Cody Rhodes being kind of cold right now. If this was replace Seth Rollins with Cody Rhodes, do you think that'd be something that'd be a good thing? Like it would be some still as interesting?
no, I think it would be interesting, but not as because Cody is not. Cody is missing. Like Seth is. It just feels legitimate with Seth because Seth is like, I want to fight. You want to fight? Let's go backstage. What do you want to talk about? And then he brings you to the ring, and now, like you said, like I don't know if he's super good in the ring talking, but the way they got him is
It's perfect.
perfect
It's
for his
perfect. This
character.
is the perfect build for a young
And
monster.
Cody would break that. Come to the ring. Come talk to me like a man. Like shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think with Seth and Seth's personality, I'll go get the fight. I'll go to the fight, and that's right up Bronson Reed's alley. So I think Seth was like the perfect igniter for him, and I never saw that. I never
And see,
saw this
that's
one
what I
coming. I
said.
mean,
That's what I said about Bailey's title run. That's what I said about Cody's title run. That's what I said. Even about Liv outside of Rhea, they need heaters. With a good heater, you have a good story. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre were perfect for each other. Perfect. It sometimes it works, and that worked.
it is Cody. After I beat you, will you be my friend? That's why Cody's title ring. That's why we're down 1 million views on SmackDown because this don't work. Bronson Reed, after he gets through running through this, they need to start looking at their roster post WrestleMania, going into SmackDown. I mean, going into Netflix and saying, who do we need to put on what show? Because we can't have monsters on one and
SmackDown is going to be terrible. Smack
terrible.
because Netflix wants Cody, Roman, and
CM Punk.
Punk.
Yeah.
We might can try out and get a job at SmackDown.
That docu-series about to change real quick. I'm telling
SmackDown's
you.
gonna be, if that's true, SmackDown is I
It's
don't know.
cooked. And I don't know if you've been seeing these they call wrestling the dirt sheets. Montez Ford has been voicing his frustration.
As he should.
Yeah, like
Because
I
as a
forgot he's been
wrestler,
around.
you only have so much time in ring. You only have so many bumps you can take. And sometimes you can just be rolling out the ring and step wrong. And AJ Styles, perfect example. Just simple move, he's hurt again. I think Montez wants.
Had too.
I think he's in it for the long run, and long run at some point is a title run.
Yeah, it's definitely a title run. The thing is, it's like when you're being
I would
mishandled,
I
like
would turn Montez Ford loose and give him a title run, maybe even a short one, and turn Bianca Belair loose and have them as my champions, even if for a short time, and they'll just be cutting up, just just cutting up. You know what I'm saying? Because Montez is very charismatic and super talented. We got a sneak peek of how talented he was when we was hanging with AJ Francis. Montez Ford is a whole nother type of animal and type of person, and I think they can lean into that, and that'll be cool. Now that'll be something that's never been done before. A married couple who has titles and they're black, like that'll be, and you can do anything with that.
I would like to see that. I just don't want them to mishandle it, but it would be very interesting. Even if we get a
Oh, it
two
can
team
get
run of it, like
corny.
you said,
It can get very corny.
it could get corny. But
Big
I
lip
would like
bug
to see even
eye,
if
but
it's
we
a short
gonna
run.
we
Even
gonna
if it's short, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's short. Because the way you would lose the titles is the same way you get them. Like, yo, you did something to my wife. Montez is distracted. The same way Macho Man loses because Miss Elizabeth getting carried out by Hogan, and he like, what the, you know? And Hogan was some dirt. That was some dirt bag. We used to think Macho Man was a dirt bag, but that's his wife getting carried out. Hogan, you know what I'm saying? But
Hogan.
anyway,
Yeah, then let it be Dawkins who does it or something. Then you could get a Street Profit
yeah, yeah.
beef.
Or even Carmelo Hayes. Because it just feels like why you got to use
No,
another black.
you
Carmelo
know
Hayes.
who that would be a great call up for? Trick Williams.
Oh yeah,
Hell, even Ethan. That'll be a good reason to call up somebody. And as we
yeah.
see, we might get some call up soon because WWE started some roster cuts. Tegan Knox is gone, Indy Hartwell is gone, Baron Corbin is gone. Baron Corbin could have been a good heater for somebody.
I'm not gonna talk about it. If WWE had a, I'm not gonna say nothing crazy, but if they would look more so, right? Like I hate when I hear them say we're larger than life characters. Well, then why are you not looking at your comic book characters? Because they're larger than life, and you have certain wrestlers that fit certain people that you could literally like borrow or
You know
adapt
what I
with.
hate? I hate, I don't know how restricted wrestlers are on TV versus in house shows, right? The first time I
Mhm.
saw Lacey Evans, she was at a house show and she was doing a crazy move set that I never saw on main roster. I saw Baron Corbin at a house show and I liked him so much. I had the Lone Wolf beanie and t-shirt. It's like the personality they show at how when the cameras are off, you get like totally different wrestlers. You get different personalities, you get different wrestlers, but for some reasons on the main roster shows in front of the cameras, they don't get to be that. And I wonder why that is.
I think sometimes the wrong is creative pushing in the wrong direction. I always felt
Even
like Lone
Jacob,
Wolf.
I think they got Jacob still cruising because Jacob Fatu still hasn't done half of what he can do in the ring.
Yeah, I think they're trying to. I don't know. Sometimes you wait too long on stuff.
I think even with Sami Zayn, if you know Sami Zayn is El Generico, you know that he has a video game move set in real life, but they don't allow it to. I don't know. I don't understand that. But like I said, I've seen people at house shows, and I became like interested or fans of them at the house show. But when I see them on TV, it's not even near that. It's just interesting. I don't know.
Well, WWE also has move lists like, nah, this ain't gonna be legal. We're not allowing this. You know what I'm saying? It's too dangerous because again, when you're a bigger company, the risk goes up, right? When I'm a smaller company, I got to take those risks because I got to compete with the bigger company. I'm gonna take those. Y'all can do that, yeah, it's cool. But when you're a bigger company, like we've seen draws because they all, you know what I'm saying? We've seen the Big E, we've seen people get
But even
seen
that
people get
was
hurt.
just kind of freak accidents.
No, 100%, 100%. But when
It
you're a
wasn't
bigger
a
company,
muscle buster. You know what I'm saying?
you
Drives was a simple slam, but even Stone Cold with Owen Hart, it was a miscalculation.
on that pile driver. But yo, don't forget, Owen Hart did the same thing to Dan Severn. Same exact move too. So,
Owen was catching bodies out here.
you know, so
Same
so
as the Black Heart.
uh
And
it's
rest in peace to Owen Hart. One of my
it's
favorites.
definitely, I think that's where you get and also I think rest WWE doesn't want to be the indie but sometimes that really hurts the product
Well, I'm not talking
because
about them doing Ray Phoenix and all that stuff in AEW, Darby Allin jumping off everything.
but you're restricting people's move sets to the point of they got like 8 moves
It's
and
like it's
like
like it's like you a comedian and at the Comedy Zone, you got them knocked dead, but then when I bring you to the Time Warner Arena in front of the thousands, you don't tell your best jokes.
yeah,
Like what you
yeah.
holding them for?
I mean, hey, that's a WWE thing, but you know, but
Well,
there
when
is
I get married, I'm gonna do some investigate. I'm gonna find out.
yeah, yeah, I definitely would like to know what you know what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, it was a lovely night, man. Let's get
EO
back
one.
to this.
Did you say EO one? Because I just came in.
I didn't even get to that part.
Oh,
I started from the end, from the main event, because you know what I'm saying. We just you know what I'm saying. So
oh,
we
Damian
didn't even get to the
Priest.
women's. But shout out to the women in the battle royal. You know what I'm
I
saying. A lot
really
of
wanted
superhero
Dominic
outfit.
Mysterio to win that match for some reason.
I did.
I wanted
I just
Dom
feel
to win.
like if he does, it's unexpected, but it's like they're gonna cheat to do it.
And it was
But
for
can he
so
beat
who wrestles
Gunther?
Gunther. So we getting Priest Gunther
Gunther.
too.
Yeah, yep. And I'm assuming it's gonna be Survivor Series.
Do we want
I'm
that?
assuming. I'll take it because it makes sense. It's still mathematically, it's still 1+1, but
Dom winning, then doing like a Rocky training montage up until Survivor Series would have been crazy funny just to see. Like, okay, Dom taking it serious. You can even patch it up with Ray. He can go talk to his pop. Like, Pop, this is a big deal. I don't like you, but you are Ray Mysterio. You are the legend.
yeah, you're experienced in this
Then what if
arena.
Ray would have helped him win the title? That would have been crazy. That would have
Dog.
been crazy.
That would have sparked a flame for the LWO. This motherfucker would have been Viva La Raza and all that shit with
That would have
Selena
been
Vega.
hard.
You'd be
And
like,
then
what?
then he switches. There's no more Judgment Day. It's LWO. I saw the Latino cheat shirt. They got like instead of Latino Heat says Latino cheat. Dominic Mysterio, Daddy Dom. That's fire.
Yeah,
Then he could have kicked Ray out of the LWO and said, "Hey, you out of it, old man. I just used you."
I'll go with that too. I'd rather see that than, but unfortunately we didn't get it. Damian Priest is what we get, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I think it's 1+1 = 2. It's the safety net. SummerSlam he lost. Finn cost him. He's finally getting his get back. I still felt like it should have been sooner due to the fact you put him in Rhea's storyline to the point where he almost
Does
like
Gunther win? Does Gunther win?
no.
You think Priest is going to get the second run?
Yep. I don't think Gunther is going to do these long title runs because one, they're going ready to go to Netflix, and then Gunther, Damian Priest holding that title is a good tie into Seth Rollins or to CM Punk or to Drew McIntyre. Any way you want to go with it, because that's the Money in the Bank cash
What
in.
is
So if
Drew
Drew,
McIntyre?
they said they were both taken off him and CM Punk after Hell in a Cell.
I don't
Remember
remember that. They
he got
need
his
it.
head.
They need it. Yeah, because I forgot he had that bad head injury. Yeah.
Yeah, he got
That
his
was
head
nasty.
split.
That was nasty.
So, yeah, but he cashed in on him. Now they could keep it on Gunther too, but it looks like Gunther's getting ready to do some sort of turn. The way he was talking to Ludwig Kaiser, like
They got
Cody
Gunther
was correct.
very tweener-ish right now. Cause it's just weird. Yeah, it feels like they might be trying to babyface him a little bit.
It feels like it. Like I, I'm not feeling
Nah,
it.
I don't want my Gunther being a babyface ever, never. I want
I don't.
him.
I don't mind when he respects people though, but it's just like because that's in his character. But it just I don't know. I like the heel Gunther. I like more of a heel being a smart ass, and I like that. But the women's battle royal, they gave us the shade being thrown out by Liv. That's how it started. The superhero tights, you got some Deadpool, Bianca and Jade. They had the Deadpool little outfits. You know what I'm saying? You had the Wonder Woman, which is really Wonder Girl from Ivy Nile, but we're gonna leave that there. Um, Baszler was looking like fucking Zod, bro. She had the anyway, General Zod. That's what I thought she was. You know what I'm saying? But Io Sky won that. Io
Fire,
Sky.
fire.
Io Sky.
She
And
was
that
getting a
I
good reaction at Crown Jewel. That people like Io Sky.
yeah, I think wrestling wise, she puts in the work and she's her versus Liv size wise looks good because they're both not like as like one's not
Size and
overtowering.
speed wise, that's a good match. But
Yeah,
that can also be a little, you know, gotta slow it down, make it look good.
hopefully they do that. But I'm trying to see when this is gonna happen. Survivor Series, Io Sky versus Liv at Survivor Series. Not mad at it. Not mad at it. I expect Liv to walk away because, well, not really, because Damage Control could jump in.
So,
And what do we know about
I mean,
Oscar? Is she ever
that's
coming
just
back?
Kyrie saying, because
I
Oscar's
mean, at
out.
least
Well, Dakota
I
Kai is still there.
floating around. And shout out to Lyra Valkyria, man. I didn't have her cooking, and all of a sudden tonight she was cooking, and I'm like, oh shit, where'd she come from? Um,
Cause you don't see people, and it's just out of sight, out of mind.
yeah, it's for to be
He
the
was just
finalist
feuding with
too.
Naomi, and that just went away.
Done. Yeah, and so I wasn't expecting to see that. Um, then we get some Xavier Woods New Day shit. But shout out to the women's battle royal, man. I thought it was pretty good. I I was really waiting to see it's gonna be Jade, it's gonna be Bianca. I knew for a fact it was gonna be them, and then
We
it
just
wasn't.
had
So
an NXT Women's Battle Royal. Now we just had a main roster Battle Royal. Which Battle Royal was better?
hmm, I think the talent. I'll say I like this one a little bit better. I like the
Nothing's
finish.
wrong with
That
that.
that
Main roster.
that German suplex on Lyra Valkyrie on the apron. Like, oh
I just want
damn,
to say
she
shout
fell
out
off
to
the apron.
Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend for showing up in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel on a big stage with only a few weeks of main roster experience and doing what they did in that match.
Yeah, fire. And they kind of had a little show stealing with the Jay Cargill stare down with
I
Lash, and
don't
it's like,
know
and
whose
again,
spot she's gonna take, but Lash Legend is coming to collect.
Jade. I mean, she's going for Jay Cargill. Like it's Jay Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson are Bianca and Jade. It's just a poor man's version of it, but
It's
that's
just
what they are.
it's Bianca when she was in NXT. She was a little bratty, sassy heel.
Now, wait till they get more experience. They ain't gonna be the poor man's version of it. It's gonna
I
be
wouldn't say even a
that.
poor man's version of it. It just people just haven't seen them enough, and that's good.
They still
That's
coming.
good.
They
We've
remember
seen
they
enough of them. We've seen enough of them for you to know now who they are.
yeah, you're gonna say their names. You're gonna see them. You're gonna. I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep seeing them week in and week out. They held it
They're
down,
showing up,
and
and
they are a
every time
legitimate
they've
threat.
had the opportunity, they've done well with it. So shout out to them. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. You went from the
Yeah,
Performance Center in Orlando to Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia in a month, 3
yeah,
weeks. Fire.
yes, yes. Um, yeah. I agree. I agree. Shout out to them. Um, Hope Phoenix Xavier, nah, but they lost to the
Oh, how
War
you
Raiders.
feel about Jade and Bianca doing the Doomsday?
Yo, if you're gonna do these big power spots, right? Why not do use some old school shit and like really like you know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. When I seen them break that shot, I was like
I was like, they pull out the
female
Doomsday device? What?
female Legion of Doom, and that's really what they are, the modern day Road Warriors. It's you in a fair fight. I don't see you're gonna have to get your car and Lash. You're gonna have to have a gimmick match of some sort to beat them. It's because they're just dominant, and that's how the Legion of Doom felt. When they was
Oh, what a
what
rush.
I snack on what is he snack
Now
on
that'll be
danger and
fire
dying
if
on
they had
death.
something like that. I hate that a storm is coming separate entrance thing. I hate that. Now
Yeah,
if they had something like, oh, what a man. What?
you know what? That would be fire if the next pay per view they put the tag titles up
They come
and
out
they
like
come out
demolition.
with
I
some
mean, Road
fucking
Warriors.
spikes. They come out with the shoulder pad
The
spikes
Road
because
Warriors.
I would fuck with it. They just got to make sure the outfits look good, and I'm in.
And
I'm in,
see,
and use that as your finisher.
that's how you should build them, like the Road Warriors.
Then let me ask you a question: should you build Jakara and Lash as like demolition? And I only say that because Demolition obviously was the knockoff WWE version, and we couldn't wait to get that match.
I
And when
just
we
think
finally got that match, Legion of Doom, was it Hawk was fucked up during the match, and like it was a bad match. Like we finally got it, and he's impaired and can't
he was fucked up.
function.
He
He was
was
fucked up.
that's crazy. I watched the story about that. He went through some shit. Man,
But a modern day Demolition
I would say
versus
though,
Road
I don't know who I
Warriors.
would build Jakara and Lash as only because the size difference between the two is so big.
Between who?
Lash and
It ain't
Jakara.
this, man. Oh yeah.
Like
Between
the
them on that,
size
yeah.
difference in their wrestling styles are different. Jade and Bianca could definitely be carbon copies. Even though I think Bianca, well, I know Bianca's more athletic.
Yeah, she's more athletic, and I think she has a better ring acumen than all those that we just mentioned.
Yeah,
Hawk and Lash.
Jakara, I don't know. Um,
That's fair. That's fair. Be like Sting and the Ultimate Warrior. I can't remember what their tag team name was. That shit was so short lived.
but see,
They also
when Jakara and Lash start talking and they really getting a bag, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm telling you, the women's got a lot going on, man.
So yeah, I
They
just
got a
wanted
lot
to
going
ask
on.
you that because I know you the old school man. I didn't believe what I was seeing when I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I definitely was.
That
I
was a
was cool with
fire.
it. I was
I
cool.
wouldn't be mad if that was their finish. And then you know what? Strength tag. I mean, hot tag strength spot. It it makes sense in that case because
Yeah,
that's how you build in a team. Don't let Bianca get beat the whole match. Then Jay save her. Let them just dominate.
let them dominate.
Road Warriors. Like yeah. So
I wouldn't be mad at it. But yeah, we got hey, your group popped up today. The Wyatt Six had the Miz taking hot.
I'm gonna
Had the
mute my
Miz taking
mic.
hot.
I'm muting myself.
I think it's too little, too late, but it's not too late. Like they can still come back. They got to get more active. But why are you picking when Miz said the Final Testament? I'm not with them, and Buddy said it's not Final Testament. We want it was always you. I actually cringed. Like why? Why are you not going after the group? You're a group. So now you're just going after one guy, beating
Here's
up
the
on one
thing.
guy.
What did the Miz do to you? The Miz been minding his business. He just started heating up again when he won the titles with R-Truth. What? How do you make this make sense?
at least with the stables, they're clashing. Final Testament, we're not taking. You know what I'm saying? And it works.
It was
But
kind of dark. Both was kind of mysterious.
yeah, like you're just picking on one guy that
You could have said,
I
"You're
don't know.
not the final testament. This is the new chapter. This is the book of Wyatt or something." And yeah, just fight. But singling out the Miz as he just break, it's just I don't know.
Especially going into Survivor Series. You have a team in the Wyatt Six. They need to be on Survivor Series elimination against another team. And the final now maybe they're going to get to that. Final Testament may help out the Miz, and then it's a 4v4 with the
Are we
Wyatt
just
Six.
getting a War Games match? You think at Survivor Series?
I hope not because there's a lot of staples, and if you just act like they don't exist, it's like
Io
then what
Sky
the
been jumping off the cage in trash cans for 2 years now. We gotta do something else.
I think the bloodline might be the only war games scenario we get. Everything else might be a
We haven't
classic
had a
Survivor.
traditional Survivor Series match in a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. You got some teams that could kind of like again. You got the Wyatt Six, which is 4 males and 1 female. Drop the female, Nikki Cross, and the Miz needing the Final Testament. It could be that, and make it like a little gimmicky where they're doing shit they're not supposed to be doing.
I would
Uh,
have Jade and Bianca pop up and say, Jakara, Lash, we like what y'all doing. We want to see what else y'all got down to NXT. Pick 3 more girls and we see you at Survivor Series. Then you do a main roster versus NXT match. That'd be crazy.
for the females, oh yeah, that's hella crazy. That team they just recently
Who would your
had going
five
against
be? Who
Roxanne.
would your five from NXT be? And you gotta include and
I
Lash and Jakara gotta be on there because that's who Jade.
oh okay, okay.
In my mind, Jade and Bianca say,
I,
y'all. I want to see what else y'all got. Pick 3 girls
I
and
ain't gonna
meet.
hold you. If you gonna say them two have to be on it, right? That means I'm not gonna pick any of the three new signees. Julia, purposely not gonna pick her, Stephanie, or Zaria. I'm gonna go with those two, Jakara and Lash. Roxanne, clearly, because she's the, probably Kalani Jordan and either Jada Parker or Sol Ruka. It depends on who their five are. Probably pick Jada Parker because she's a fighter, she's hot. But Sol Ruka, I get a much more athletic. You ain't used to this shit, and
Well,
she pulled off
he
that
knows
soul
she got to hit
snatcher.
a soul snatcher from top of the cage or something crazy.
Yeah, like that. That will put her over. They'll be clamoring for her on the main roster. So it's like Jada Parker will get over, and they'll be clamoring for her because of how she looks and just the fanfare. She can wrestle, but not like Sol Ruka with that super athleticism where
I'll
it's like,
go
holy
Jada,
shit.
Roxanne, and I'll throw Cora Jade in there.
Okay, that ain't bad. That ain't bad five either. That ain't bad five either. It's
And I don't even know who would your main roster. Who would your other 3 be main roster?
Bianca and Jade, you said, and then it ain't gonna be. It ain't. I wouldn't bring even though I saw Charlotte Flair in the locker room recently. I wouldn't bring her back for this. I would probably use from the Raw roster or from both.
Just say both.
Just say both. Uh,
The fact that
I
you had to
would.
even think
I would.
so hard
I would pick
says
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yep, because I want NXT to win this or come close. So I want to pick some women that can take some L's, and it's gonna come down to like a 2-on-1. NXT is gonna end up losing and looking strong. Like damn. Like at one point it'll be a 3-on-1, and Roxanne eliminates two, and it'll be down to a 1-on-1, and then Roxanne gets eliminated. You're like, damn, Roxanne was holding that shit down. Good fucking match, you know. Um, so I can't pick women that are gonna dominate or we expect them to. So but could be dominant if they needed to be. Bailey. I don't want to say Natalia, but I probably will say Natalia. And then I don't want to say Chelsea Green. She's being beat. I might even use either Tiffany Stratton or one of the PFC girls.
I forgot
One of the
about them. Damn.
PFC. Yeah,
Sheesh.
I probably pick Baszler. I probably would pick Baszler because if I pick Jada Parker, I need the answer on the other side for that. So yeah, I think that's where I would go. Yeah,
All right.
but that's
That's fire. That'll be if they just called them out. Say, look, y'all, look, let's do
hey
this.
man,
Pick 3, and I see you at Survivor Series. What?
I ain't mad at that at all. I ain't mad at that at all. Now let me ask you this, because we talking about we talking about war games. The Bloodline had an issue tonight. The Bloodline had an issue tonight, and they got to go back to the OTC again. Everyone talking about we're gonna
We
be
ain't
equals, but
listening to Roman, but we gotta go talk to Roman.
so now I'm like, it's just a glitch in the writing, man. They're just like, we are all equals. Hey, we need to go talk to
We gonna
Roman.
talk to Roman. I think they're just trying to make it dramatic because Jay Uso, man, you are family. You are Sammy Uso.
I like Sammy Uso. Sammy Uso, Miss Awesome Sauce, you talking spicy, still in the chat. She put that right in the chat first thing. I
Sammy
started laughing.
Uso. The
I made
best
that the
part
title of the
of
stream.
the Crown Jewel opening match was Roman Reigns' facial expressions. Roman Reigns was looking at Jey Uso like, fam, cut it out. His face was, he was just like, so we're going to see. They're going to bump heads again. I think we're going to get Roman and Jay at some point. We have to.
I don't think before WrestleMania. I think it's gonna be post
I
because
think
the
they're going to
fallout.
bump heads again some kind of way. Sammy did kick Roman in the face. So I don't know how that's going to work on SmackDown, but Jimmy's standing on business.
Jim,
Because
I
how
was just
Jay wasn't, you didn't even want to do this a week ago, Jay. Now you bringing everybody in.
Sammy is family. Oh my god.
Hey, you got about 50 Samoans you could go through before you get to Sammy, and 30 of them is signed to WWE.
Sammy is family. Sammy Uso. Oh man, yeah. I mean, not bad. I knew this storyline was coming. We talked about it. We wanted to see. Well, at least me. So I'm happy for it. Feel like it's just a little weird though. I wouldn't mind a betrayal of some sort though. Like Sammy setting this up. Like I've been waiting to get your ass.
A Sammy turn to be they kind of teased it at Crown Jewel. A
Hmm.
Sammy turn?
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it
I saw
because
Paul
him and
Heyman
Solo
put
was
out a
great.
little tweet. I think we're gonna get the wise man soon. But yeah, I mean, this story is what it is. It's building. They building it again. We knew Sammy was going to be some kind of way attached to this. You
Yeah,
said Cody. I don't know how they attach Cody to this. Was that you or DNA?
I think at one point we all said it at some point. Like I'm pretty sure I did say it at some
But
point, but that was before KO attacked him on Twitter, and then
I don't even
so
know
we
what
didn't.
Cody Rhodes is doing right now.
He's getting ready. So they what do they got? They got a number one contenders match. I mean, he's got to figure out what's going on with Randy slash KO. KO beat him up backstage, but then he had a no contest with Randy. So I'm assuming him and Randy got to run it back. So right, where does that leave Cody? Nope. Yeah,
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 but Bloodline it's still overshadowing everything, and we're gonna see what happens on SmackDown, and that should be very interesting with Roman and Jimmy and Jay. Again, the lines have been blurred. It's November. I think they just making it one big super show because we're gonna go. Everybody's gonna be on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Everybody.
SmackDown. Bastion Booger and the Brooklyn Brawl. They're gonna bring the Brooklyn Brawler. Barry Horowitz gonna be in this mother.
They're gonna bring who that mascot that came to Tombstone, the Philadelphia
Oh, the
Philly
Pete
mascot.
Rose dude. The Pete Rose. He got him like 2, 3 years in a row.
Yeah, rest in peace to P Rose, man. Everybody gonna be on Netflix. It's that's what they're building toward.
Yeah, you know it's gonna be bad when Spike Dudley come out, and it's gonna be like, oh shit.
Spike Dudley. And we see
Smash
Bully
that.
Ray is back. Bubba Ray's back doing stuff in NXT. That and tomorrow,
Oh my.
they're doing the NXT from the ECW arena, old ECW arena. So that should be
Yeah.
pretty. I think
Oh,
RVD is scheduled to be there, and
oh yeah,
Bully
he
Ray,
is.
Bubba Ray. I'm not sure what he's going by these days, but he got a little physical with Trick Williams and them the other night. So yeah, it's gonna be should be a pretty good show tomorrow. As NXT is always good.
No, no, no. It's not tomorrow, bro.
It's not tomorrow.
No, they moved it to a special night this week, Wednesday. I'm happy you just said that. Wednesday. I forgot. It's Wednesday.
See, I thought it was tomorrow. I'd have been looking for NXT tomorrow.
Yeah, I forgot that too. Like I was like,
It's called
oh,
NXT like 2600 because that's the address of the
yeah,
ECW.
yeah. So this week Wednesday. So
Might see
and then
Paul
and then
Heyman on Wednesday then. If we see Paul Heyman Wednesday, we definitely see him Friday.
yeah,
He
for
kind
sure.
of has to be there, right?
I'm hoping so. If you get to this point, bringing Paul Heyman back is not going to be bigger than bringing back a wrestler because he's
Paul
just the
Heyman at
vocal.
the ECW arena on NXT
Oh,
show.
oh, for that. Oh,
That'd be
got
crazy.
it.
And just like he did at the Hall of Fame, I need the jacket, I need the hat, I need the
Oh
big old
yeah.
cell phone, I need all
Oh
that.
yeah.
I need Paul Lee dangerously. That's who I need.
Yeah, that would be nuts. That would be nuts. But that was kind of about it, yo. I mean,
It
if
was
y'all
three
mad
matches
that we didn't,
tonight. Three matches. That's it.
yeah, well, yeah, 'cause we had Dragon Lee and Selena Vega in the corner
Oh
versus
yeah,
Chad Gable,
they
Ivy
was doing
Nile.
something. Dragon Lee was doing something. I don't know what he was doing.
Yo, I think he stiff kneed Chad in the face because he hit a back body drop
Chad
out
Gable
the
been
ring.
cooking. Chad Gable should be
Yeah.
high on a lot of people's list from the work he's done this year.
He should be your new, like him and Braun should be going to war. You know what I'm saying? Like you want someone like maybe not right now because you want Braun to get like a month or two, get that belt, let him get a little establishment.
Chad Gable, that actually be pretty good. And then this is where you can make Brian Breaker. Okay, dog, you need help. He got a whole American made. He got a whole team. Then that's
Oh
how
yeah.
you can form alliances. See, this is where you need like a Baron Corbin or somebody. You can tie to a Brian Breaker. Where's A Town Down at? I
They
hadn't
were
seen
just on
Theory and Grayson Waller.
no, they were just on SmackDown. They went up to the tag champs, the
Machine Gun.
Motor City Machine Guns, and they had
It's nothing sticking, is what I'm saying. They're just doing shit. You here, go to the ring, go do something.
you. But yeah, man, I mean, Sammy Uso come to SmackDown. They going to SmackDown this Friday to go talk to Roman, their boss, because they're equals.
So they was talking about talking. Sound familiar? They
But
was
yeah,
talking
man.
about talking. But yeah, it wasn't bad, man. I like that the women get a spotlight, a big spotlight, especially in Saudi Arabia again, where women are just now getting rights and able to drive and things like that. For them to have women on display in a physical wrestling match, I think that's fire. So kudos to them.
Also, shout out to the crowd because this is a pre-recorded show. This show happened Sunday or
It's Sunday.
Saturday.
I
Okay.
don't know what day it was here, but it was recorded like the day before. You know what I'm saying? So they
Yeah,
had
I
the
ain't seen
pay
no
per
heat for
view
it.
Saturday, recorded this Sunday. We saw it
Yeah.
just now. So
But it felt like a whole extra day because remember how early that time difference, you know what I'm saying? So, but we ain't getting no leaks. So it's crazy when they're in Brooklyn, we see a
yeah, they had a
whole
whole week though, so it's a little bit different. But what you was gonna
nah,
leak?
that's
Nothing to leak.
nah, you got a leaked
Sammy,
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's about it. It wasn't the women's battle royal. You
and
didn't
he's
see
just
us stuff.
now been allowed to go over there because the first few times in Saudi, he wasn't allowed over there. So
I like
progress
to
is
speak the language of my
progress is
people.
progress, baby.
Progress is progress. But hey, speaking of progress, this Sunday, 3 p.m. Vince,
Bro,
my Vince Russo,
bro.
Vin,
Vince
Vince
Russo
Russo,
played my boy DNA, man. I don't know how I felt about that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Attitude Era's Instagram or DNA's Instagram. You're gonna probably see it all week. But yeah, that interview started a little shaky, man. A little shaky.
this Sunday, 3 o'clock. Set your timers, hit the notification. This way, you get it. Even if you forget, you gonna get it. You know what I mean? Get the reminder.
Vince
Vince
Russo.
Russo, the Attitude Era podcast from the Attitude Era. You talking about one of the guy.
Who outside, not in ring? Who were like the
Mm,
top 3 to 5 people you think is responsible for Attitude Era?
to be honest, it's kind of easy. I would say Vince Russo's in that easily. But honestly,
Vince McMahon.
non-wrestler. No, well, I wasn't gonna say Vince. I was gonna say Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler. If we
Mm,
had two bum announcers, half that stuff doesn't really go so crazy. But they were the voice of the ad. Like, the announcers played such a huge part. We almost forget because
yeah,
they're not good. They're just, you
absolutely.
know,
Tony Schiavone, Mike Tenay, they was doing a good job on the other side too. Eric Bischoff.
who? Oh, during the
Yeah,
Monday
doing
Night
the
Wars?
wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But here's where they were
It's
messing up.
Sting!
Here's where they were messing up. And I
Bobby
pointed this
Heenan
out, I
was
think
fired too. People sleep on Bobby Heenan mic work.
Bobby Heenan is one of the best. Bobby Heenan was one of the original announcers for Raw too when they first,
He made
saying
that
before it was
Hogan
Raw, it was
third
prime.
man thing come to life. He
Yes.
made, yeah, so shout out to them.
Yeah. Why every faction of color they always add a white person, but don't add people of color to a great white faction.
Yep, Owen Hart was in Nation Domination. Sami Zayn the Bloodline. I told you it's the Black Panther thing. All that technology in Wakanda. And the only person who could fly the airplane wasn't from Wakanda.
Damn. Oh man, I can't even y'all got my brain, what I'm saying, scrambled right now.
HP
But yeah.
time. I know you're tired, but we about to get up off here. But yeah, tonight was a good show. We don't. It's crazy that we had so much to say about a pre-recorded show with only 4 matches. When normally it's kind of hard getting through Monday Night Raw. So it goes to show
Yeah.
you for wrestling is quality over quantity.
Yeah. Keep it at 2 hours too. Don't go back to the 3 hour
Please keep
format.
it at 2 hours. I love the 2 hour of Raw. So I mean, we got
Normally
tomorrow
we just
off, and we'll be back Wednesday.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. We do got tomorrow. Yeah.
Tuesday off.
I don't even know what it's like to do something on a Tuesday. I'm gonna go get some tacos, my
I
shrimp
got the
tacos.
club going up on a Tuesday.
I might be doing
Tuesday,
some wild shit,
tomorrow
y'all.
is election day. If you vote, go vote. So this is an important election. I don't know where you stand, but make sure you stand in line and go vote. So that's just a PSA from the Archie Carter.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. If you vote, if you don't vote, but whatever you do, we will have a new president,
Mm.
and whatever time will
And
tell.
new.
And new, you're right. That's exactly how it's gonna be.
I'm in a red
Whether
state,
you vote
so
or you don't vote, a new president
you're in
will
a
be
blue state,
selected.
right?
Red state.
We both red.
Florida's typically
You know,
red.
the
Yeah,
past. You know,
Florida.
once we
Now,
get
once you
past
get down
Virginia,
south, once you get down to that Mason Dixon line where they start putting mustard on the hamburgers, that's how you know.
these here is whites only pies.
I want to say it. I want to say it.
I watched Life the other day. Life is such a sad but happy movie, man. Classic, classic movie.
Super classic. Super classic. What so much?
Man,
I can't do it on here. I gotta do it on my shit.
Life
I gotta
was
do it on my shit.
great. We gotta do some movie rankings and stuff on Hall Preezy, man. Y'all been doing a good job with the whole From recaps. So if you watched the TV show From, you heard about the TV show From, HP does a live watch along and recap on Sundays, right?
Yeah, on Sundays,
On
9.
Sundays over on his channel, Hall Preezy Universe. See that name under King HP, Hall Preezy Universe? That's also his YouTube channel where he does the TV, Marvel, and TV show things. So and they're doing a real good job with the Fromily, which is actually the cast and writers and directors from the actual show. They go live and watch all at the same time. They got their whole little world over there. So tap in with him and
There's a
D,
whole
and they
world.
do a good job, man.
It is a whole nother world. But that is it. I'm about to go watch the light. I ain't about to watch it tonight. It's already
I think I'm gonna watch the Penguin. I haven't
that
watched the
shit's
new
fire.
latest episode of the Penguin yet.
That shit's crazy.
Penguin's wow.
I heard. I
My man
heard.
is doing like some of the best acting I've ever seen in life. Colin Farrell cooking.
That's fire. I 2025 I'm working, y'all. So if y'all 2025 I'm really working. Like it's really it's a movement, and I'll just leave it at that. It's a movement. I'll
So I
just leave it
hope
at that.
y'all enjoyed Monday Night Raw. I hope y'all enjoyed the recap. We do this every live event. We live doing the main event. And that's what we do on Answer Our Podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that notification button because we won't be on tomorrow night. We will be back Wednesday during the main event from NXT 2600, the big ECW special. And we got a double up dropping Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, no.
I believe so.
We're
Yes.
gonna be
Yes.
live
Yes.
either way, so you're gonna see us. And then Vince Russo this Sunday, the man himself, the
That's
bro
gonna be
himself, Vince Russo brand new interview
that's great.
will be after our podcast. And I think that's all we got, man. Hope this week is good to you and good for you. I am the Archie Carter. That is King HP. This is Attitude Era Podcast. We see y'all Wednesday night for NXT. You heard?